Alright. Aloha Thursday. This is some original coffee real quick, man. But yeah, super stoked. We got brother Tyrone, Coach Tyrone coming on. Fitness, Trinity, and wellness. Yeah, we'll be talking KAVA and fitness today, and we'll also be talking about our upcoming KAVA and kettlebells small group sesh coming up. Ooh, gee. Hey, bro, I gotta hit you up, dude. Can you DM me after this? Brother, Atomic Studios. We go talk story, dude. Let's fucking jump on. But yeah, we'll be jumping on, talking stories about KAVA, fitness, and his journey, from his own personal journey to him becoming a trainer, coach, and then his KAVA experience, and we talk stories about our event. So, let's fucking jump on fast kind a little bit. This shit real quick. Alright, here we go. I just gotta let it go. But oh, here we go. Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, there it is. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you, dude. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Nice, dude.
perfect.
Oh, outside with the greenery, I
Oh,
like
you
it.
know, gotta keep it real zen. Gotta keep it real zen.
Hell
Zen
yeah,
on here.
dude. But yeah, man, much love. Thank you for jumping on, taking time to talk stories with everybody here. Intro real quick. What's up? My name is Serge. Stay with the Kava. So stay with the talk story is my way of just connecting circles. So you got your circle, I got my circle, and basically combining communities and just getting to know one another, but also kind of highlighting you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
As the homie. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Appreciate it.
dude, I just want you to go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and how you're using fitness to share positivity and aloha, dude.
All right, for sure. Yes, my name is Tyrone. Tyrone the trainer. For y'all that know me on Instagram. Hi, Vicky. Um, yeah. So a little bit about me. Born and raised in Sacramento area. I live in Elk Grove now. Been here my whole life. Fitness has been something that's been you know, something I use to relieve stress and, stay grounded in life. You got to have a healthy mind and body to be able to handle some of the ups and downs in life. And that's how I utilize fitness is more of a way of me to express that to the community through a common goal, which is usually, health and wellness. So I've been a trainer for going on 8 years, and I really enjoy what I do. So it's rewarding for me to kind of share my experiences, the ups and downs in fitness, because it's not linear. It's kind of like a cycle that you do, just like life. So yeah, that's more or less my experience.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's it's crazy because yeah, so we met when I was over at fitness let's say fitness
Reset.
reset
Yeah,
fitness
yeah.
for like about a year, and then we were always in our fucking our corner just kind of
Right,
vibing and stuff, dude, you know what I mean, doing
right,
our thing. But yeah,
right.
dude, it's yeah, just like your vibe and the way you talk to your clients, the way you train, it was very aligned with my style too, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
absolutely.
Not necessarily like beating up the client, you know what I'm saying? You make them work, you know what I mean? But not
Right.
like,
Meet
oh,
them where
hey,
they're at and help
yep,
them encourage them to do
yep,
more. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Then, yeah, all the stuff you're saying is basically like, feeling the positive high of movement, you know what I'm
Movement.
saying? Of
Yep.
nutrition, wellness. And then
Wellness.
when you said
Yep.
grounded, I thought like, oh shit, stay rooted, you know what I'm saying?
Stay
Because
rooted,
obviously,
stay
you know what I
grounded.
mean?
It's
So
all,
like,
yep,
you
yep.
stay rooted to feel your high, you know what I mean? But,
Right.
yeah, dude. Yeah, as far as your own journey, dude, like how did you get into fitness? Like was it always and I know we talked me and you about like you when you're a young kid, your dad should try to make you do sports and stuff to
Right.
kind of, steer you
Right.
away. But like were you always into movement, fitness and stuff? Like how was your
Oh,
journey?
yeah. Well, so like most people, when they started when I was younger, fitness, working out was more or less trying to look good, build my confidence, stuff like that, more of a superficial approach, which is fine. We learn as we grow,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So my dad was a personal trainer. He always kind of encouraged me, like, being a personal trainer is a really good, career choice because, you get to meet a lot of cool people. You get to, share, how to be healthy. So when I finally decided to give it a go, I had a buddy that was a manager at a gym, he helped me get started and kind of just grew from there, and I really, really enjoyed, fitness. But like I had mentioned in the beginning, it was more like, oh, get in shape, look good, feel good kind of stuff. But it was more on the superficial side. Um, until recently, maybe like after COVID, I would say when a lot of the world changed, my approach to fitness was more geared towards, being grounded,
Yeah.
spiritually, trying to, like life during that time, things were rough, but you can use something like fitness to kind of like battle through the storm, I guess, more to speak.
Yep.
So like just teaching people, that patience, it takes time to build or to achieve whatever goal it is. And fitness is a perfect example because it's probably one of the hardest things you'll ever do, and
Yep.
staying consistent is the key, really. Yep.
Yep. Yep. No, yeah, it's crazy because yeah, I think I think like 95% of the people in the fitness industry, like they go in like, just to look good. Because from when I first got in, I was like bodybuilding mode, dude. I was like fucking just
Bodybuilding,
like
yep. Yep.
bigger, just like fucking, just doing like fucking upper body
Yeah.
all day. You know what I mean? And just like,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
you know, I it's funny because like kind of flashing back, I recently broke up with my girlfriend at the time, way back when, and I was in my gym tan laundry phase, dude, just trying to get a pump before I went
Right.
out to the bars and
Right.
shit.
Right.
But yeah, then yeah, as I got into it and stuff. Like for me, fitness like helped me to stop drinking as much
Yep.
instead of like I was taking these warrior classes with EC Fitness in Honolulu. So instead
Hmm.
of like staying out super late, I was like, oh no, I gotta go home because I have class
Right.
the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't want to
Yeah.
be hungover because I'm a
Right.
fucking die.
It's
You know what I mean?
yeah, it hurts. Working
Yep,
out
yep. So
hungover hurts.
yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
he helped me become a trainer, coach and everything, and like he was my sensei, basically, dude. He was super solid. But yeah, eventually I transitioned into more of like that path of like I guess like holistic overall. You know what I mean?
Holistic. Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
yep, yep. So like mindset, mental health, nutrition, movement, restoration, community. You know what I'm saying? So. Uh, and then I got into all like the hippie stuff, like ground-based movement,
Yeah.
freaking natural movement,
Yeah.
climbing trees and shit. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's and kettlebells, dude. Like full
Kettlebells.
on kettlebells
Yeah.
was the one that those guys right there, dude.
Right.
Like
Right.
it really
Right.
opened my eyes of like, oh shoot, because before I was like, okay, just barbells and dumbbells. Then I
Right.
was all
Right.
like, sometimes at commercial gyms or whatever, you gotta wait super long. You're like, fuck, dude, like,
Right.
are you almost done or what? But and then nobody's using kettlebells. This was back in like 15, 2016. You know what I mean? So like it was still
Mm,
kind of fresh, but not really.
mm.
But yeah, I just jumped in. I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing, dude. But yeah, because I noticed for your training too. I mean, you do use machines, dumbbells, and stuff, but I think your main weapon of choice is body weight and kettlebells, right?
Yeah, so body weight and kettlebells to me is like the most I would say my favorite. There's a time and place for every, equipment, like depending on your goals, but I feel like kettlebell training is more of a like a holistic approach. You can pretty much you can accomplish all your goals with a minimal amount of equipment, and that's why kettlebells are so great because like you can take one kettlebell out to the park, swing it around, and get a good pump, a good calorie burn, and release those endorphins. Plus, you're outside,
Yeah,
so it's like just an example of how kettlebells are so versatile. A lot of people don't think kettlebell training is beneficial when it comes to building muscle, but like some of those kettlebells are like
yeah,
106. I've seen some that go up to 200 pounds. So it's like really,
yeah,
it's just how you use it, and then also body weight training. Obviously, I know a lot of people that can, bench press or squat, 300-400 pounds, but they can barely do a pull up,
yeah,
let alone rep them out, So it's like more or less more functional. What's more functional and what's more designed for your body, like you should
yeah,
be able to pull yourself up, you should be able to push up, squat, basic human function,
yeah,
so yeah, that's why kettlebells to me and bodyweight training is just superior.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And like you mentioned, like there's it's a tool. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
It's like okay, like if you want to get into powerlifting, it's like okay, like kettlebells
mm.
will help you. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
like if you
yeah,
want to lift like maximum weight, like 1,000 pounds, you know what I'm saying? It's like okay, load the bar. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right,
yeah, or say like bodybuilding. Yeah, if you want to do a whole lot, I mean, you can still do bodybuilding with kettlebells and stuff, but
Yeah,
like real
absolutely.
volume stuff to hit, certain, muscle groups and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, dumbbells, barbells and stuff. But yeah, for me, like kettlebells, it's like full on like natural movement. It's like,
Mm.
you can use barbells to carry dumbbells, but it's like going out to a park or like,
Right.
it's just tough. You know what I'm saying? To
Right.
bring it out. But
Bring it
kettlebells
out.
is like
Yep.
boom, you can fucking single rack,
Right.
farmers, freaking, you can carry it in many different ways,
Right.
but also, get on the ground, get up, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's
Right. Right.
it's crazy. As far as like just needing like say like two, maybe three kettlebells
Just
max. Right. Or,
you
or
can
even
get
if
it
you have
done
one.
with yeah, you can get it done with one,
Yep.
and it's overall it's more for longevity,
Yep.
like you just gotta movement is medicine. So even just throwing around like a 20, 24, or 18 pound kettlebell, just having your body stay moving is
Yep.
really the key, it's the fountain of youth,
Oh,
yeah,
100%, dude. Yeah, like movement and like just just being outside
yeah,
and surrounding yourself with solid people and eating, food that nourishes your body, but also that makes you feel good. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right.
It's that's key, dude. But
Oh, what's
yeah,
up, Trey?
always
What's up, my brother?
hey,
My brother joined the chat. Hey.
hell yeah, nice. Yeah, was that the same
Yep.
brother?
Yep.
Yay,
Yep.
sick, dude. Yeah, and then
Yep.
yeah, you mentioned he's been doing some solid events too, as far
Oh
as
yeah. Yeah.
what he's been
Yeah.
doing
Check
and
out
everything.
check out the Beret Entertainment. He got the video game, the fighting game tournaments and stuff like that in Elk Grove. Pretty live. The last one we had, it was pretty dope.
Hell
We'll
yeah,
definitely
dude.
have more coming up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, so I'm gonna get his IG. I'm gonna connect him with my cousin-in-law JP. He actually he found his niche as far as DJing.
Oh,
So
okay.
he actually blew up on social media because he would just go to his friends, I guess like fight parties or LAN parties,
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
Street Fighter, whatever, and he would just like mix in like the
Oh yeah,
kitchen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Yep,
Yep. Yep.
yep, yep,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Trey. Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
so and he's also hosting some fighting events too, as far as like games and stuff, and like he'll DJ. I think the last one was either Vallejo or Stockton,
Okay.
but yeah, it's pretty dope, dude. It's crazy how people can now get paid to fucking play video games. Like they're
Right.
legit like considered
Right.
athletes, like e-athletes,
Right.
right?
Esports is blowing up
Yep,
for sure. Esports is definitely the new wave for
yep.
sure. For sure. Yep.
But yeah, dude. As far as even when you went to like so going back to kettlebells and movement, when you
Hmm.
said movement is medicine, it's yeah, like it is legit, like move it or lose it, right?
Move it
And
or lose it.
it's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy how like we're back in the day, depending on where your ancestors lived or what they did, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like the gym itself is not natural. You know what I'm saying? Or like yeah,
It's
like
not natural.
yeah,
It's not.
like legit. That's why people hate going to the gym. It's like it's just not a natural. Like oh shit, I gotta go put my body through,
Right.
XYZ
Right.
rigorous, strenuous exercise. But
Right.
before
Right.
it was like, okay, we're gonna get up and fucking go hunt.
Right.
So we're moving already, or we
We'll
gotta
build
get up and build our
the house. We
house.
got to build our house
Yeah,
today.
yeah, dude.
you know.
You know what I'm saying? So like we actually had to, farm.
Farm.
We
Yeah. Yep.
were actually
Yep.
moving and doing stuff, but now it's,
Hmm.
technology now, freaking work from home type stuff, or we can fucking Grubhub, dude.
Yeah.
We don't even have to hunt. We just boop, boop,
Right.
boop. It's like, all right, food's out the door. You know what I mean?
Right.
So here it's like,
We're so
especially movement.
sedentary. We're
Yep,
sedentary now. Yep. Yep.
100%, dude. But I always say it's think of it like legit self care, but also like it's your time for like meditation.
Hmm.
So yeah,
No. Yeah.
so
For sure.
yeah, dude. Because then when you're training and working out, you hit this like point where you're like, oh shit, okay, it's maybe tough, but I'm doing it, dude. You know what I mean? Afterwards, you
Mm-hmm.
feel
Yeah,
super
afterward, you always
solid.
feel better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The hardest part is getting there.
Yep, yep.
But once you start moving, you're like, oh, for sure, the endorphins start popping, and then you're in there.
Hell
You
yeah,
feel
dude.
great. Yep.
Yeah, and I know you said you've been training for 8+ years or so. Like, what was some of the things you've learned from the beginning where you're like, oh shoot, man, like cringe moments of like early trainer days to now it's like, okay, I know better. Like, what were some things as far as you were kind of telling clients or teaching clients back in the day, and then now you're like, okay, this is over experience how I
Okay.
feel clients can grow.
One of my biggest pet peeves when I first started, now mind you, when I first started, I'm not like that anymore. Like punctual people, my clients punctual and like their punctuality, like being on time,
Yeah,
and things like the effort or consistency, but that's one of those things like where you got to learn to meet people at where they're at. Sometimes people are really busy. They can't prioritize fitness as like a trainer could. Um, just trying to encourage them how they can find time to be more active, because it doesn't always have to be in the gym. If you work and you have a break, and it's sunny outside, go outside, walk around the building or whatever. Like there's always ways to get movement, because movement is the objective, is moving. All the little sub objectives like growing. A lot of my clients, oh, I want to make my ass fatter or whatever, stuff like
yeah,
that. Like these are things that just get the movement down first, and then we can work on doing, because a lot of those type of things. You may not be ready for the diet that you need to
yeah,
grow muscle. You may not be ready for the consistency or the volume it takes to, so like just being able to meet people where they're at and be more empathetic, on their journey would be the number one thing that in the beginning it was hard for me to, I'm like,
yeah,
oh, they're late. They don't want to show today. Like, man,
yeah,
fuck, whatever, or, now it's just like, it's cool, maybe we can try tomorrow, or, maybe we can try three sessions next week instead of
yeah,
two, try to get that volume up, just really showing the client or the friend, because most of my clients become friends because
yeah,
we're close. Showing
yeah,
showing compassion and empathy for people and where they're at.
yeah.
That's the number one thing. Yep.
Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah, because even for me, like, when you're a trainer or a coach, you're in the
Mhm.
gym, so that's like your lifestyle. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh
Right.
shoot.
Right.
So it's like when you're in it, you're wired different. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
then you got to realize, like, hey, these people have fucking
Right.
families. You know what I'm saying? They have a
Right.
job. They may have other responsibilities and stuff, and
Right.
like, you know. This is, hiring a trainer is a freaking,
It's a
luxury. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot
luxury
of
for
people
sure.
can train
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
professional and stuff. But when you do, it's fucking worth it. You
Worth
know what I
it.
mean? It's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Worth it.
But yeah, that's one thing too that I had to kind of come into grips with when I was like fully deep into it.
Yeah.
I was all like, dude, what the hell, dude? Like freaking, XYZ's late. You know what I mean? But then, obviously you have the conversation, right? It's like, hey,
Right.
I noticed you're, always late to your 5 o'clock. Would 5:30 work better? Or
Right. Right.
or
Right.
why are you late? You know what I mean? And then there
Right.
it's like,
Right. Right.
if they're late just because they're just, fucking not being responsible, like, hey dude, it's like you're paying for this, you know what I mean?
It's
So
your
it's like,
money. Right. It's your money.
yep, 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 yep. So but then also like saying like, hey, you missed today, how about you just get some movement in so you keep your momentum, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
not
Right.
like the all or nothing type of thinking,
Right.
because I noticed a lot of people, even myself, have that all or nothing thinking. But yeah, especially with fitness, it's like, shit. I didn't go to freaking Tyrone. I got to get an hour in. It's like, no, dude, just do 10 minutes.
Right.
Like, do something.
Do something.
Yep,
Something. Yep.
yep.
Oh, yep.
But yeah. As far as timeline, beginning, and then middle, and then currently, as I guess like because we own our own business as
Right.
trainers, coaches, especially if we go independent and stuff. Like, what's some challenging things you've been faced with, throughout your journey as far as the business part of it?
Um, as far as being a trainer,
Yeah,
the hardest, I would say the hardest thing is just the time of the year, because like, a lot of people are more excited to work out in the beginning of the year, than they are in the end of the year. So for me, just having a better plan of how to handle that, um, rather than just kind of winging
yeah,
it, just being prepared, for the slower
yeah,
seasons.
yeah,
Um, Also, like, yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest struggle that I face as far as
yeah,
being a trainer. As far as like the empathy and compassion for my clients and things like that, like I feel like because I have more empathy and compassion for myself,
yeah,
uh, it's easy for me to kind of understand where people are coming from, and that was like my biggest, like I said, my biggest struggle when I started, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
that's powerful, dude. It's I read something. The other person is a mirror.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yep.
how you
Yep.
see the other person is how you legit see
See
yourself.
yourself.
You
Right.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Bless visual. Shout out, bro. Kava. Let's go. Yeah,
That's,
we'll be talking Kava in a minute. But
yep. Yep. Yep.
yeah, dude. I was actually thinking about that. Like as far as like business, because even for me, like I do events now. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
it's legit. I'm in the same boat when I was training full time. Because like winter, fall, like it kind of slows down for events. Like
Yeah.
it gets cracking like fucking like spring to summer.
Springtime. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That's,
yeah. So
yeah.
like
Yeah.
now for 2025, I want to plan my months
Mm-hmm.
according to the lunar cycle. So basically, like full moon is when like I get a lot of activity,
Mm-hmm.
and then it transitions. I'm still active, 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 and
Right.
then when it starts to transition to like the waning to the new moon, I start to plan
Plan.
for seeds,
Yeah.
either like keep doing
Yeah.
what I'm doing
Yeah.
or start a new month of like, okay, new promos or whatever. And then
Right.
boom, build it up and then launch it for like, a week and a half, 2 weeks. And boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, action. And then after that, kind of chill.
Go back to
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
for the whole year, kind of plan it of like, okay, freaking January, February is like kind of coming out of that hibernation of December. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then kind of getting
Mm-hmm.
ready, ramped up, promo, everything as far as, bigger events or whatever I have planned. And then spring,
Mm-hmm.
summer, just freaking get it cranking and then kind of slow it down with the fall. And then winter is when it kind of, naturally slows down. People are like holidays, whatever. So there it's like
Yep. Yep.
from there, as far as the squirrels and stacking up their chips. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, all right,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
just stack for fucking the winter as
Right.
far as
Right.
finances and currency,
Right.
so
Right.
that
Right.
if and when things slow down in the winter, it's like okay, so naturally we are supposed to
Well,
hibernate.
it's a,
It gets
to
colder,
chill and
chill.
relax. Yeah.
You
Yep.
know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So yeah,
Yep.
so this year
Exactly. Yeah.
I've been talking about it for like a couple years now, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking do it this year, 2025,
Hey.
dude.
Yeah. We're
Yep.
doing it. Doing it.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
That's right.
So, but yeah, I think that'll work super well as far as I think for any business, but especially like fitness and like what I'm doing with the pop ups and markets and stuff. But
Right.
yeah, dude, talking Kava, or actually, you have any thoughts on that, or before I go into Kava, as far as the
That's a good. I never really thought about it like that, but that's actually a really good thing to implement into how you handle business, because like you can really burn yourself out if you don't
yeah,
take those times to rest and reflect, reflect on things, because if you're always constantly just going 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 going, you can't like give yourself a time to just you know
yeah.
reflect, analyze what happened, where you can maybe where you made some mistakes, where you can fix things, stuff like that. So yeah, no, that's a really good, and basing it off the lunar schedule, calendar, that's like some
Pretty Sony, right? Yeah,
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 oh
dude. Yep,
yeah.
yep. So, well,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm all about the plant-based and fungi. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Oh,
So,
hey, I like a little
yep,
fun guy. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a fun guy myself.
but yeah, dude. So, plus going back home and like, oh shit, I always have now with me this book. Yeah, so I bought this book back in Hawaii, People and Cultures of Hawaii. So
Okay.
basically, it's a book on all the peoples that have lived in Hawaii from the ancient Hawaiians to today. 20. Well, this
Mhm.
book was revised in 2010. But yeah, so the
Right.
chapter on the ancient Hawaiians. So basically, how they had it as far as the land was the ahupua'a. So from the mountain to the sea, they had everything set as far as like, okay, the mountain, we take care of this and we get it from here.
Mhm.
The land, the farm, we get
Mhm.
XYZ, and
Mhm.
then the ocean, we get the fish or
Mhm.
whatever XYZ, and then everyone kind of takes care of everybody. But then
Right.
also everything's planned within the day. The sun rising. It's like, okay, let's get as much work done in the early morning to up until the sun is peaking because it's too
Right.
hot, right?
Right.
So
Right.
then
Right.
like get everything done in the middle, but also like have fun with it. So it's called a so with like arduous or like extraneous work, it's le'a. So like have fun with the work, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, so I was like, man, the fucking Hawaiians had it down, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then that's when I started. tap back into all this thought of like, all right, let's just um, build my business within nature, but also, I mean, already doing it with the community base, but like, nature, but also aloha and community based. So there, it's like, like you, like your clients aren't just someone who comes in, all right, here's the set of exercises, go do it, and you kind of just like
Right.
walk your home and like, all right, see you next
Right.
week. It's more of
Right.
like,
Right.
okay, build a community relationship.
Right.
Yeah. So there, it's like, yeah, that's my 2025 goal of my business is nature based and community based. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we
Cool.
still
Yeah,
need,
man. That's right.
but yeah, dude, as far as going into Kava, brother, Blessed Visuals just shouted out
Yeah.
Kava. What's your experience been, dude? How's do you remember your first taste of the earth water?
Okay, so yeah, that's funny because so I tried kava years ago. I don't know, maybe like let me think. Let me really think. Maybe 12 years ago. Out in Sunrise, they had the kava bar.
Yeah,
All right. Um, my uncle put me on, and I tried it. It was really strong and really I guess I forget what flavor I had, but they didn't have like the flavors kind of how you have it. I think they were more just traditional the one I had at least, and it was really strong. I remember the first time drinking it, I was like, this tastes like chloroseptic, kind of made my mouth numb and stuff like
yeah,
that. And I didn't really have that good of experience, to be honest, in the first time, but I didn't really know what I was doing. My uncle wasn't really, he was kind of new to it too. So we were just kind of, maybe I drank too much. I don't know.
yeah,
You now fast forward years and I meet you and you're like doing the kava thing and I tried the kava you got and man, that stuff is good, man. I could chill, drink
yeah,
it,
yeah.
chill. It doesn't really have you out, feeling loopy or anything. It's just chill, relaxed, more just calm, overall calm. And plus the flavors you got, man, fire.
Hey, let's go.
So
Yup, yup. The fucking I think
yeah,
I think the calamansi or the calamansi kava is your favorite right now.
yeah. Call it
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
lime one. Yeah, man, that stuff's hecka good. And like you can drink it, it's chill. Good for late night or anytime really. But just when you just want to kind of just have a calm mind. Uh,
Nice, dude.
if you're
Hell
feeling
yeah.
anxious, I do notice the effect of. So I can get a little anxious sometimes. Just I think any business owner can understand. Sometimes things be hard. You need to chill out a little bit. Um, yeah, the kava is good, and then I'm all about plant holistic stuff too. So it's a natural root, all that stuff. It's right up my alley as far as um, combining it with my whole wellness approach. Anyways, so it's like a perfect fit.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, that's solid. And then
That's why we're
I know your
doing the
family
kettlebells and kava.
yeah,
We're trying to combine the two.
yep, hell
Yeah,
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 dude. It's
yeah.
solid. Yeah, like dude, like fitness, health, and wellness, and kava, it goes hand in hand, big time,
Hmm.
dude. And I know your family had kava for the
Yeah,
first time. What
yeah,
what
yeah.
was their experience after they had it when they went home and stuff?
Um, uh, you know, sometimes when people try new things, they're a little skeptical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But as far as like they enjoyed the taste, the flavor,
yeah,
I would probably let them try a little bit more before they can like
yeah, yeah,
really give like an
yeah,
honest
yeah, yeah,
opinion. It was kind of like they're kind of like I don't know, trying a new thing, not knowing, not
yeah.
thinking it's something like alcohol or
Oh,
even like
okay, yeah, yeah,
cannabis or something. Like
yeah,
oh, is it going to make me feel like I'm not
yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's just So they liked it though. They liked the
yeah.
taste.
That's a
Definitely, yeah.
um, that's that's a good, but I guess like challenging thing with kava.
Mm,
Like it's a whole different experience. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like
mm,
you
mm.
don't get high if as far as
Right.
say cannabis. You don't get like inebriated with the alcohol and stuff. I mean, it depends on what you drink. Like I think what you had at that spot was a CO2 extract or something of the
Mm,
kava, so it
mm,
wasn't the
mm,
traditional. And yeah, there is something called reverse tolerance with kava. It
mm,
depends on the person,
mm.
but it's basically how say for alcohol, people who are fresh, they don't really drink, take like two or
Right.
three shots, they're like, oh
Right.
shit, I'm
Right.
fucked.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
But then
Right. Right.
like
Right.
kava,
Right.
it's like for some people, it's like the first time they drink it, all they feel is the numbness and the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
tingling. But then
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
more they drink it, I gotta go more into the science, but I think it's because like there's like cavalactone buildup. So like the key unlocks the cavalactone cannabinoid system
Mm,
faster. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Which is
mm,
more
mm.
buildup. That's my guess. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta talk to Dr. Kwan. I had him on. This dude's like all about freaking holistic neuroscience and stuff, and yeah, he was going off about kava and I had a
Oh,
nervous
okay.
system. But yeah, dude. But reverse tolerance, yeah, they say for some people you gotta keep drinking as far as like not necessarily like in one sitting, but have like 3 or 4 shells, and then the next time have the same amount. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it also depends on who makes it, how strong,
Right, right,
XYZ.
right,
But
right.
yeah, I'm actually glad that because when they first tried it, they're like, I don't know, and then they tried it. It's like, oh, the flavor's good,
Right,
but
right, right,
then
right,
the
right,
expectation
right.
of feeling. So, but yeah, dude. As far as you seeing kava within the health, fitness, and wellness space, how do you feel it can help people as far as their movement journey?
Well, it's definitely good for recovery, So anytime anytime you can help recovering after strenuous exercise, um, that's always a plus, because it's a natural plant. It has antioxidants and other minerals in it that are good for your body, and on top of that, it helps you relax. So, you know for people that maybe work out, I know for me, I prefer to work out earlier in the day because if I work out in the evening, it kind of gets me wired up. Even with no caffeine, I'm kind of
Yeah,
like my blood's pumping and I can't go to sleep. So maybe something like a kava if I had to work out at night
yeah,
and have a glass or a cup or whatever after to help me kind of get back into like a more calm mode so I can go to sleep. Something like that. They're the applications. Even like even a pre workout, you can calm your nervous system so you can have a better experience as you're working out. Also, mixing it with some of the nectars, give you a little bit of sugars before you work out. So that's always good to help you, have a better workout. So, I mean, there's tons of applications. I feel like, as far as combining kava and fitness, it's just something that has to be tapped into. I feel like it's still kind of kava is still like people. Most time I bring it up to people that don't necessarily know
yeah,
what it is. So I think it's still, even though it's been around for years, it's still relatively new to most people. So I
yeah,
think introducing it and getting it out there will make it more of a chance of it like becoming more, you know, combining it with
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
fitness
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Hmm.
that's why, like, I'm like legit determined to keep cracking at this or kettlebells and kava. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm like, because it's our what third round. We're like, okay, we tried it on one day. Then we tried it another day. It's like, and then it's like, all right, cool. Let's try this day,
Yeah.
and then later, just kind of just we're just experimenting. You know what I'm saying? And then
Experimenting. Yep. Yep. This
we'll
the growing pains. Growing
yep,
pains of starting
yep,
anything. You can't. You don't know. You don't know until you do it, and you're gonna fail a couple times. That's
yep,
okay.
hundred
Just keep
percent.
going. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
it's crazy because sorry to interrupt, but this reminds me of the last solo shroom trip I had was here in the garage.
Mm.
And like one of the two visualizations I had was one I was a seed and then I was planted.
Hmm.
And then at the time I like wrapped myself in like a blanket, so it's super dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so freaking I'm laying down and like freaking boom, I was a seed, and then I started to come out the husk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The first
Yeah.
one,
Yeah. Yeah.
boom, and I was like struggling, and then boom, I was going, and then I don't know if I was like, but I think I was like, rolling on the ground a little bit with the
Yeah.
with the blanket over me, and
Yeah.
eventually I just visualized myself like in the dirt,
Yeah.
and the seedlings just coming
Yeah.
up, and then I finally cracked the fucking the surface,
Uh.
and then when it cracked the surface, I don't know. I think my thing opened up, and then
Yeah.
I saw the light
Yeah. Yeah.
coming in. So then I was like legit the seed, boom, and I felt super good. Then that was the realization of like, oh hey, during the struggle, there's gonna be joy, dude. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fucking whatever you want to do, just keep
Right. Right.
going. There's gonna be,
Right.
it's not gonna straight line.
It's not.
You're
It's
gonna,
not linear.
yep,
You might even grow down
yep,
a little bit and then come back up.
yep.
Hey, that's just how it
No,
is. Yeah.
yeah, dude. Yeah, and then real quick, sure. And then another vision I had was freaking I was a turtle, dude. So basically, for sea turtles,
Hmm.
the moms they freaking bury the eggs into
Oh
the sand
yeah.
to get
In the sand. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
incubated. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I was a turtle, and I was like boom, boom, boom. I came out my shell, came up the
Yeah.
sand, and then I was freaking. Even when I made it onto the
Yeah.
sand, there's birds trying
You
to get
still
at me.
gotta
So I'm
get the
like.
Through the
Yeah, I was
birds.
like, I
Yep, yep,
trying to get to
yep.
the water. And then I made it in the water, and I was just
Uh-huh.
fucking swimming, dude. Like,
Hey,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah. So
That's good.
again, that
Yeah,
was like,
that's
yo. So through the challenges,
yep,
through the
yep,
obstacles, there's always fucking joy, dude. So
yep.
keep fucking going,
Keep
right?
going, man. Keep
But
going.
yeah, as far as I fully just took a left turn on that, but yeah,
It's all
but
hey,
hell
hey.
yeah,
It's all it's all spiritual and the meaning behind it. For those who know, they know,
yep, yep,
And if they
yep,
don't know,
yeah.
hey.
Come, come drink some, come to the Kettlebells and Kava, and then we'll drink and talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But yeah, dude. I guess yeah, we can dive into our event coming up, man. That first experience you had with the Kettlebells and Kava, like what's one thing that you're pretty stoked on? I guess during the sesh.
Um, with all transparency, that was kind of like my first time doing something like an event,
Yep.
more or less. So like just getting that out the way, because a lot of times as we're all human, so I'm sure anyone can relate, but like a lot of times when you're trying something different, you can kind of talk yourself out of, or you make the situation worse in your head than it
Yep.
really is.
Yep.
So actually just watching it happen and then realizing, oh yeah, this is cool. Like even today, like this is my first live,
Yep.
so
Yep.
I was always gonna be like, yo bro, I can't make it
Yeah.
today.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yep.
just
Yep.
because just because that's just it's repetitive, so when you sit down and do it, or for a perfect example, working out, people be like, get up, oh man, I don't want to work out today, and they come up with a million reasons, but when they finally get to the gym, then they realize, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad I came,
Hell
so
yeah. Yep.
that's kind of the same feeling I had after the first one,
Yep.
because I was like, even though it was small, it was still good. It was still a
Yep.
perfect example of how, like, oh yeah, it's not that bad,
Yep.
the water's fine, kind of thing. And then the second one, just the day wasn't good, so it was
Yep.
hard to get people to commit. It's another lesson, like, hey,
Yep.
it's not always going to be how you expect it to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes doesn't
Yep.
mean it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it's cool. The first one was good. The second one, even though it didn't happen, it's still positive about it.
Yep. Yep. Hell
Third
yeah.
time's a charm.
100%. Yeah, it's crazy too because like I've been doing events for like a minute and like we always have
Yeah,
expectations of like because we did cap it off at what like I think like 10 or 12
yeah,
people or something like that.
like
Yep, yep.
15
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Then for before even for this one, I was like, oh man, it's just, no one really signed up yet. And then later, last minute, we got a nice solid group. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Mhm.
to the first group.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always like, oh yeah, want XYZ packed house, whatever. But it's like, hey, even if just one person shows up, dude,
Right.
like legit, like they chose to freaking show up
Right.
to your event or show up to support you, but also learn about
Right.
what's going on. You know what I mean? And then that one person can tell
Right.
their
Yeah.
friend, and then ripple effect. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
yeah, it's like the more we do, you know what I'm saying? Just like anything, dude, we're just gonna get better. But yeah, I fully see it as far as like this being like um I know there's a few people that have probably done fitness and kava, but as far as like a consistent basis,
Hmm.
consistent offering, a monthly offering, it's like
Right.
I I don't see it, dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
pretty soon, 2025, January's coming. That's the floodgates for
Right.
people wanting
Right.
to change. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Hey,
but
hey,
yeah,
I expect things to be it'll grow for sure, because it's a great, it's just, I mean, just because it's a community, we're trying to bring a positive community together,
yep,
a positive experience. So just, and helping and giving back to the community, a powerful tool, fitness and wellness. I mean, that's just like, it's so undervalued in society. So like we're fighting
yep,
a good fight. So I mean, of course we're going to win,
100%, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that's the crazy thing too. It's as far as like health, fitness, and wellness, dude. It's I'll go back to the system is putting us down as far as like not only the healthcare but food,
Mhm.
but also like people are like just stressed over just trying to freaking I
Live.
guess quote unquote survive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like,
Right.
oh shit, like I gotta do XYZ to help my family out. Like I can't invest or even I can't even work out. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm so focus on getting my boat not to
Right.
sink, that
Right.
I can't work on myself. But it's like
Right.
when you work on yourself, you'll be better to keep your boat
Right.
afloat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
You can't
it's
carry your boat if you ain't got no strength, or energy to carry it, or
yeah,
float it or
dude,
whatever you're
yeah.
trying to do.
I
Yep.
always say, like, nourish yourself so you can nourish, your family and your community. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and it's not selfish. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, there's
Mhm.
sometimes even talking to former clients and stuff. It's like, oh, I'm glad I did this. At first, I thought I was being selfish, but I
Right.
feel better. I'm better minded. I feel stronger, and like I'm not as stressed. My
Right.
family can see it. My kids. So it's like a ripple effect, legit. Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, man. Yeah.
fitness, wellness. Oh, and then I have so many things I want to talk to you about, dude. I know you started your IG page with the Fitness
Oh,
Trinity and
yeah,
Wellness.
fitness, Trinity, and wellness. Hell yeah!
Yeah,
So yeah,
dude.
that's just a slow burn. I haven't really told a whole lot of people about it, but more or less, it's just my way of combining health and wellness and spirituality. So the slogan for my business is empowering your mind, body, and soul. So that's more or less trying to bring awareness, and empowerment to your mind, body, and soul. The
Yep.
Holy Trinity.
Yep.
That's Fitness Trinity. Yeah. So
That's sick, dude.
that's kind of the power behind it. More to come. It's still, like I said, a slow burn because I got other things that I got to take care of too. But it is something that I am going to be, pushing more as we go forward into the next year for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's the I always say, like, the seed is planted. You know what
The
I'm
seed
saying?
is
So like,
planted
yeah.
for
So
sure.
basically, it's just like kava. So basically, with kava, how to like propagate or like replant? It's you take a piece of the grown kava plant, the root,
Mhm.
and then you replant the root. So
Right.
basically, Tyrone the trainer, that's your tree. Boom, you're just taking a little freaking
Little piece of
seed from it,
that.
and then just planting it. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually,
Yep.
the the roots are gonna fucking come together, and then
Yep.
both are gonna grow,
Yep.
right? But or if you think about it, that's just like a part of your tree and a branch, and then now
Yep.
you're just gonna give the fitness trinity fruit. You know what I mean?
Yep. And
So, but
I could feed the community with it.
yep, yep, yep. But yeah,
Yep.
dude. I'm getting better at checking time. We got about 10 minutes or so. As far as kind of going into the kettlebells and kava, um, uh, group fitness. Can you kind of I guess your promo? What's it about? And who's invited?
Okay. So yeah, kettlebells and kava. First, we'll talk about kind of how I came up with the idea and like how I approached Serge with the idea of because he's a big kava guy. We both love kettlebells, and I was like, kettlebells and kava. We should put it together, and then that's kind of how we were like, yeah, look, let's go, run it, let's run it. And more or less, it's just a full body kettlebell class, where we learn the basics, functional movement, all levels, all fitness levels are welcome. You have to be in the best shape. You can come get a workout. We can modify it to anyone's level. Um, positive vibes, it's good community. Everyone's kind of in the same boat as far as we have the same goals. Everyone's trying to thrive, and be well. So we'll show you how to do a couple of, um, the basics on kettlebells, and as we grow, we can learn more of the advanced movements, but we're pretty much, the fundamentals. And after the workout, it's about an hour long workout. And then afterwards, we, Serge, the brewmeister over there, he serves up some kava and we just kind of chill and talk about, reflect. We can reflect about anything really, as long as it's positive. It's kind of like the time to just be a community, more or less.
Yep.
So
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of what it is. Yeah, workout and then vibe afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, that's the best right there, dude. Yeah. And then yeah. So what is it? Saturday, December 14th, I believe.
December
Yeah.
14th. Yep,
Yep.
everyone's welcome at
Yep.
Reset Training. It's out, for everyone in Elk Grove, Sacramento, whatever. It's all off Grant Line. If you can DM us or whatever for the address, or you can just Google it, Reset Fitness. It's gonna be at 10 o'clock. Just bring good vibes. Bring a towel and some water. And we got the we
Give
got
it.
the we got the rest.
Yep. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So yeah, it's solid. Yeah. So we got Cowboy kettlebells. December 14th, 10 a.m. to around 11:30. You know what
Around
I'm saying?
11:30
Depending
or
on
so.
yep,
If
how
the
much we're
vibe,
talking.
we won't kick you out. If we're
Yeah,
vibing, we could probably chill to 12.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
Hey.
real, dude. Yep, yep. But yeah, so Coach Tyrone will take care of the fitness portion of it. Again, all fitness levels are welcome. If you guys want to jump in, it is $25, but that's for the session and the Shella Kava and the talk story. So it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, if you want to jump on, just DM myself or Coach over here. But yeah, dude, as far as I'd like to ask, one question as far as, I'd like to ask a couple questions, but one main question. I know we've been talking about just beginners getting started, consistency. I guess for someone just starting off, and people usually hit that roadblock of maybe 3-4 weeks of like, oh shoot, it's getting tough. Like, what advice can you give someone who's like getting into that roadblock or obstacle of like, oh, I kind of want to stop, but I kind of want to do it.
Um, the the biggest roadblock, I guess, is just discipline, really, and discipline just boils down to understanding why you're doing it. At the end of the day, everyone knows. Everyone knows you should work out. Everyone knows you should eat healthy. It's common knowledge. Life gets in the way sometimes, but for a beginner, my best advice is don't overcomplicate it. It's easy to get on social media and look at people that may look like you might want to look like and think that they're doing all these fancy exercises and that you should be doing them. No, because those that body or that physique or whatever it is you admire wasn't built off of doing a fancy. The basics, the fundamentals is what got them there. Now they're just looking for content to push. So, don't fall into that. Just stick to the basics. You don't have to kill yourself every workout. Being consistent means working out moderately enough to where you can keep working out. You should do some type of movement every single day, whether it's just walking your dog or throwing some kettlebells around, whatever. And don't there's so much information out there on what you should be doing, what kind of diet you should be doing, what kind of this, that, and the other. Just find something that you can do consistently for a long time, if not forever,
Yeah.
because you don't want to do something that, you're going to get in shape in 3 weeks. Most likely, more often than not, if you're doing something so extreme, you're not going to be able to maintain that for life. So you're going to bounce back. You're going to revert back. So you want to find something that's accessible to you that you can do every day. And it's a lifestyle, no quick fixes, it's not a rush. Just take your time and eventually enjoy the process. Don't worry about the end goal. Worry about every step you take, and then you will enjoy your journey a lot better. That's my
Hey,
advice for you.
dang,
Yeah.
dropping some
Yeah.
bombs, dude. Look at
Hey,
that. Oh,
where
man,
you
the
been? You've
guru.
been in it for a long time. You
I know,
kind of
right?
get it.
Yep.
I
Yep.
did the same thing. I started out. I'm like, man, I want these results now.
Yeah,
What can
yeah,
I do?
yeah.
I
Yep.
mean,
Yep. Hell yeah.
just take your time. It'll come.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
And then last question, dude. If someone's watching this replay or live and they're in Elk Grove, Sacramento, and they want to work with you, how can they get started and how can they contact you, dude?
Well, easiest way would be just to DM me, Tyrone underscore the trainer. That's the easiest way. If you do it before New Year's, I got 20% off all training right now.
Hey.
After New Year's, hey, you got to pay regular price. So, if you're interested, now is the time. You can just DM me if you're local in Elk Grove. If you're not, you can still DM me because, I could work with you online too.
Hey.
It's some accountability, but if you're local and you want that accountability, and that positive, reinforcement, I got you. Just hit DM me and we can get started. And I try to work with people. It's not all about for me. I mean, obviously I got to eat, but it's more important for me to be able to help people reach their goals. So just reach out and see what we can do.
Hey, right on, dude. Much love, you. I'm actually glad that I trained at Reset because I got to meet you, bro. Like for real, like
Oh yeah,
legit.
man. Hey,
But
hey, man.
yeah,
You
dude.
were the dude up there. I was like, this dude, we vibing the same. You know, we have the
Yeah.
same energy. Yeah, yeah,
Hell yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, guys. All right. This is dude. This almost hour went by super fast. But much love, guys,
Wait,
for tuning in. Again, if you're in Elk Grove, Sacramento, or if you're just in NorCal, want to come train with us and drink some kava, December 14th, 10 a.m. to 11:30 ish. But yeah, we'll be group fitness, kettlebells, body weight, all levels invited, and then we'll have a kava sesh after. And yeah, if you guys want to join, DM myself or Coach Tyrone here. Other than that, dude, you got one last thing you want to say, or you good?
wait, what? You broke out now.
Oh
What
shoot.
were you saying?
You got any last things you want to shout out? Or you good?
Oh man, yo, no, just hey, finish Trinity. Let's go.
Gee,
Stay rooted,
all right,
Kava. Let's go.
I'll text you.
That's all I gotta say.
All right, dude.
Peace out, guys.